So we'll start connecting to breath, aligning skull, top of skull, over tip of tailbone, deepening breath, expanding ribs, involved low belly, we'll work the following breathing structure. An inhale of 8, hold 5, exhale 8, hold 5, so we'll do a few rounds of that and then we'll ease it into another format. Say that again. In 8, hold 5, out 8, hold 5. Just finish the round that you're on. We'll do 2 more. That's in 8, hold 5. Out 8, hold 5. And as usual, hold the framework lightly. No strain in breath work. And as you're finishing up, we'll get our fingertips to the ground. This is just a light stretch move. And we resume our Ujjayi breath. Just getting a broad, general, spreading out action through the hand. And releasing. We'll switch the cross of legs. We'll do two moves. One is a rotational move, like a half of a kite hawk, and the other half will be a reach or a side bend. So first we're just going to work the left arm, just one at a time. Inhaling. I want you to feel that breath moving and articulating these top ribs, turning the palm up. And then exhale, raising the shoulder blade, feeling the ribs move together and down, thumb down, chin down. So letting the breath and the ribs initiate the movement through the shoulder and the arm. And on this next inhalation, and still feeling the breath under these topmost ribs, raise that left arm away from the left sit bone. And exhaling, as if plugging that left sit bone down into the earth. Lean however much it pleases you to simply access the shoulder blade, left flank, left side ribs. And for some of you, the tiniest turn will get you more into the back side. And we'll lower. We'll switch over to the other side. So we're just doing one side at a time, a rotation move and a reaching move. So inhale, feeling the breath in the chest bones, and turning the palm up, and then the exhale, feeling the ribs start to move together and down, raising the shoulder blade up, turning the thumb down, and chin as well. We'll do a few more. Just trying to exaggerate and move and Awaken all these structures around the lung and the shoulder. The next time you're inhaling, inhale. The breath is felt under those right side ribs. We'll just reach that right hand up, away from the sit bones, and then exhaling, leaning, reaching. Can you still feel that breath movement under the shoulder blade, beneath those neck structures? So treating breath movement as an essential nutrient that our tissues need, our bones need, our blood cells need. The movement itself. You're not only doing the movement and acting it, but acknowledging, feeling, receiving that the movement is occurring. So you're feeling that with the tissues, you're feeling that with the joints. All right, inhale, we'll lower that right arm. Let's lie back. Let's do some abdominal things. Find out if the breath can deepen in. And we'll take it from there. Yeah? All right. Inhale the head and just a little bit of the shoulder blades up. Exhale, the tip of the tailbone shifts toward the sky. Reach out through the left leg. Turn those elbows slightly toward the right thigh. Draw the low belly down. Inhale. Bend the left knee. Continue to feed that breath. It's under pressure, but into the low back. There's abdominal pressure. Tailbone shifts. Exhale, right leg out, reach. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend right knee. We're just going to do a couple of things. Tip of tailbone, feel where that is. Shifting it, exhale, left leg, reach out. The elbows turn a tad toward that right thigh. Pull low belly down. Inhale, back centrally. Tailbone shifts. Exhale, right leg reach out. Elbows facing that left thigh. Drawing the low belly down. All right, let's just do 2 or 3 more on each side. If you're in a cooler situation, we'll do 3 more. Just gathering and remembering, bringing on those low abdomen. It's kind of wiring them, if you will, into the action of conscious breathing. I think it's so good, so important to feel that breath movement as a nutrient in the low back, in the lower torso. So even though we're kind of stimulating that movement, stretching the legs out, working those belly muscles, that's great, it's fine. But it's so good to feel that breath occurring in that lower torso area. Good. So just those couple, great. If you've got a roll, if you've got a block nearby, grab it. We'll just do this one more thing. We've got the prop between the legs. Remember, these inner leg muscles are kind of housing, surrounding femoral artery and lymph, and so lots of important information pathways feeding from the inner foot to the inner groin to the guts area. Inhale into the low back. And then pause. Squeeze the object, engaging those inner leg muscles. And tailbone shifts a little. Exhale, head, shoulders lift off the ground. That's a very easy move. Easy for the neck, easy for the spine. Sinking the low belly down. Inhale, setting the head down. So as if inhale's promoting this unfurling and this expanding of the legs to release some of their efforts. And then we'll reapply the effort. Squeeze the legs. Legs first. Let the head rest. You can operate the legs without the head. And then exhale. This is a very ease move. The head, shoulder blades lift. The inner legs reach. Cooling low belly down. All right, let's just do about 4 or 5 more. The counting's not important, just getting the breath and the movement to go together. It's just a very specific kind of a strength, like a strength to breathe into your torso while your legs remain up. That's such a great kind of foundational strength. Breathing into the torso, while being able to keep the legs in this vertical position. There's a lot of benefit just from the timing of all of these these elements, breathing, squeezing, moving. It's getting those all to kind of line up with ease. All right. So from lying, I'm going to take that figure 4 position. It looks like a pigeon and a lying down move. So we cross the right ankle over the left thigh. I'm going to describe a tailbone move. So when you have the left leg in your hands, you could use a strap. I'm grabbing the left thigh or the left shin. Flex the right foot, really strong right foot. Now as you draw that left leg toward your chest, the base of your spine, the base of your torso starts to lift or curl up a little bit. I'm just going to reach the tailbone as if toward the ground, as if away from the brain. Letting the head relax on the ground. So just working with the tail area without having to get the neck or the head worked up with pressure. We'll switch sides. So that's a left ankle over right thigh. I'm striking a bit of a balance between drawing the right leg in and reaching the tailbone down. And down in this orientation means, away from the brain. So you may feel that deep in the hip structure. We did some of that dragonfly this weekend, so it's that same shape, just starting to come through a little bit more. And when we release, we'll turn it over. And we'll set up some dolphin. Get a little blood flow through those shoulders. Yeah. All right. All right. So we're going to go straight away into raising a leg up at a time. So here we go. Actively draw the shoulders down away from the jaw and push. The push is started by those pecs. So just keep checking. Can I feel the pec muscles? The pec unites the arm bone to the chest wall. Inhale behind the pec, behind the chest wall, and then exhaling, press the knees off the ground. And take the right foot to the left heel. Just stepping down onto that left heel. Releasing the head, the neck. And then inhale, raise the right leg. And you can be really active, especially if you're in a cooler environment, like maybe you've had some air conditioning running. If you're in a cooler environment, do these moves with some oomph, some muscle, some oomph, which is reach that heel toward the earth and press that leg out. So don't be afraid to use those muscles. It's part of how we get our bodies warmed, moved. So you'll be able to monitor and alter your poses and your practice for your environment, for your season. It's just really smart to listen to how the structure, your structure is playing in the environment. All right, we'll set that right foot down. We'll switch sides so the left foot anchors onto the right heel cord. And this little signal of weight can help your right heel learn how to reach vibrantly for the ground as we inhale the left foot off the heel. Inhaling, set that left foot down, the knees down. Inhaling the hands under the chest. Exhaling, downward dog, pressing the knees off ground. And so flexing the ankle like active foot. As if not only lifting the toes, but as if lifting all of the foot bones towards shin bones. Easing the heels nearer and nearer to the ground. Again, they don't have to touch, but as they do, you start to work into that ankle crease. As we get further toward the limbs, the edges of the limbs, right? Our circulation will change a little bit more, and then over time. So just all these feeling cues will promote that circulation all the way to the ends of our limbs. So good, so vital. Inhale the left foot forward. We're going to take a warrior two. Relax the arms down in front. I'm going to go right into some shoulder shrugs. Inhale into upper back. Raise the shoulders, get all those traps kind of squishied up. Squeeze, exhale, drag, squeeze. Upper shoulder bits, pull them, move them down away from the brainstem. Inhale. Find the middle parts of the blades. Exhaling, squeeze and move. And inhaling. And a third area, exhaling, squeeze. This is bottom tips area. And drag, reach down. Inhale the right hand down to your leg. Raise the left arm. We're setting up reverse warrior. Exhale. Reach that left hand away from the left sit bone. Now, you can keep moving more deeply and deeply downward in this pose just by moving that right hand from your thigh down to your calf. If you've had some knee issues, you might want to avoid planting your hand and so your weight onto that knee. So just go either above the knee joint or below the knee joint. Spreading the hand bones as part of that circulation to the limb ends. Inhale, pick that left arm up over, help the torso up, and once upright, pause right here. Collect the hands behind your back for a chest opener. So the hands interlaced, inhaling into the armpit, chest wall, collarbone area, and then exhaling, move the knuckles down. So the arm bones glide down just to some degree, a perceivable downward movement. And release hands, inhale, draw them out to the side. We'll do one more here, extended warrior variation. Exhaling, we'll go left arm to the thigh. Our right hand today behind back, grabbing onto thigh or grabbing on the waistband. So as we're propped up on this left arm, push. So growing lighter in that left shoulder. With your breath movement, the movement of your breath, can you feel that the left side of the ribs, that they're moving, they're not just packed up together, or their motion stultified? Can you feel that bottom side ribs moving in accord with breath? And when we release, inhale the hands under the shoulders. Exhaling, chaturanga. We're going to vinyasa, switch over to the other side. We'll do those 3 poses on the other side. Cobra, inhale. And exhale, lower, downward dog. Hands under chest. Heels reach toward the earth. Sit bones lengthen away from brain. All right, warrior 2, shoulder shrugs. Here we come. Inhale, right foot forward. When we press our way up, let the arms hang out. We'll move with our inhale, so inhaling into the upper back, upper chest. We'll raise the shoulders up, squeeze them together, exhale, squeeze and drag. And if you're just getting a general kind of massaging squeeze, that's fantastic. Inhale, relaxing the shoulder blades atop the ribs. So the ribs expand. Now find the bottom tips of the blades. Exhale, squeeze. You can also be really specific with these squeezes. Exhale, squeeze, and drag. Feeling that the left side and the right side are contributing. Squeeze similarly. Sometimes one side gets a little stronger. Inhale. Find the bottom tips of the blades. Exhale, squeeze them. Find them to squeeze them. All right, and then inhaling. Gonna slide that left hand down to the leg, raise the right. We're working into reverse warrior. Exhaling, raise. Reach that right arm away from the right sit bone. And you'll just deepen in by putting that left hand on thigh or calf. You're also reaching that right sit bone down away from the hand. Yeah, those are some active legs. And the doing something in the sit bone or anywhere in the body will promote the feeling something. So we're using the do something to feel something. Inhale, take that right arm up over. And here's this variation, this extended variation. We've got the right forearm on the thigh, and then exhaling the left hand behind the back. Grab the thigh or the pant. And release. Inhale, we go hands to the ground, under the shoulders. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, triangle. Inhale the left foot forward. I think it's, let's start at left side. So ye old triangle. Got a nice heel to maybe instep alignment. Now working the legs strongly straightened as this left arm reach forward, as these left ribs lengthen forward. And we'll just set that hand down again, thigh or block or shin. And you can work these legs strongly, one, so you don't overstretch anything. It's working strongly is a great protective move. And two, it allows you to get kind of well into those fibers and well into those layers and near to the joint, and you can bring breath and bring fluid and blood to these areas. So keep those legs well turned on. Now opening up through the chest, the shoulder joint, lift through the right arm. Press through that left shoulder, left arm. Let all the limbs work to turn, to open up, to spread open through the shoulder, kind of the ring of the shoulder, the ring of the hips, all around the joint area. All right, inhale, bending the left knee. We'll set the hands down on the inside of your left foot. Place the right knee down. So we're going to start off with half of a scissor, or you might say half of a turn signal. So I'm touching the left arm to the left thigh, I'm just starting to walk that left leg forward. Well, I'm saying starting because we just did some hand stuff, we did a little bit of shoulder stuff, but I want you to get those pecs turned on, kind of tweezing the ground. And this left foot may or may not leave the ground, just walk it forward. Practice pressing through that inner left leg. And I find that when I press out the leg is when it lifts. If I try to lift the leg, it feels like a different task. It might lift, but it feels really constrained. So whatever you got going through that left leg, a nice strong line of energy. Deep in breath. And then inhaling, we'll set that left foot down and just walk it back slightly. We're going to keep our hands near the ground. Additionally, if you need padding under the right knee, now's the time to add it because we're getting a little bit into some almost lunge, almost split territory. Okay. So my right hand grab right foot. And again, I'm going to keep my left hand down. I'm going to recommend it. It can be inside or outside the foot, but just hand to ground. And one of the reasons I like this, not the primary reason we're doing it, but the one reason I like, is your ribs touching the thigh can offer you information as to, am I getting my breath all the way into the low back and into the abdomen? All right, we release that down. Inhale, just walk the feet a little closer together. We're setting up for vertical splits. So if you need blocks, grab blocks. We're setting the hands down. Exhaling first, press the right knee off the ground. Then shift that weight forward, raising the right leg up. So my opinion, this is one of those practices today where your environment will be a pretty big factor in how you move through these poses. Where I am, it's nice and hot and kind of sticky. So I'm just keeping in mind, if I were in a cooler environment, I think I would be doing these poses very differently than I am now. So we really are listening to our materials. We're listening through our structure. All right, let's set this down. Inhale, setting right foot down, hands down. Exhaling, chaturanga. Do those few on the other side. Inhale, upward dog. Of course you can choose cobra, of course. Exhaling, downward dog. So we've got a triangle to start us off. Inhale the right foot forward. And as we exhale, setting the hand down, right hand down, raising the left arm, elongating through that right side ribs. And do work those legs strongly so that you can, with precision, be getting into those inner leg areas, the hip crease, the inner knee. And it's a strong way, not just a push, stretch way. You can be working and turning on that musculature. So again, we're not stretching cold or overstretching. And deepen breath as we're feeling legs, groin. We're going to do a partial scissor. Bend the right knee, inhale. We'll set that left knee down. Tucking the right arm under the right thigh, exhaling. Walking right leg forward. All the while, I'm keeping weight on that left knee. Keeping those armpits kind of knitted together, knitted up. That is to say, the weight of my leg doesn't just push my arm passively up into my neck. I have to work those armpits specifically, to keep that arm and shoulder from slipping and drifting up into the neck. And maybe that's the work. Maybe that's the pose. You're doing a little shoulder, rehab. Engage the shoulder. Just work those. Just steady that armpit and shoulder stuff. Releasing, inhale. We're going to back that right foot up a smidge because we're getting into a lunge. I'm going to pad the left knee. And today, keeping the right hand down, we'll draw. The left hand will grab the left foot. So like a heel to butt lunge, but again, I'm just going to keep the right hand down. And my body just puts my ribs on my thigh, and I'm going to use them to guide breath down into the low back bones. And when we release, inhaling the left foot down, exhaling chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, pulling the chest and the ribs forward as the arm bones slide back meaning toward your back. Exhale, downward dog. All right, so in downward dog, you might want to just listen, imagine, plan before we move. We're just going to step into scissors. We'll start with the left side. So as a first step, I would turn my left hand to the left. I might even just pull it back a little bit. And then inhaling, bending the left knee, reaching it toward the left armpit. Maybe I can get a very soft land of my left thigh and my left arm. And then the next step is easing that right hip to the right elbow, reaching that left leg. Maybe that's the move. Possibly raising the right foot up. So I thought for today you would kind of feel, plan, and just begin the stepping directly into scissors. Of course, we could set it up from the ground up, which is fine, but it's kind of fun to step into it. There you go. And can I step in with the plan to step out? Okay. Now to step out, what I would do is I'd pull the left heel toward the buttock, and then as exhale, I'd push back, a mighty push back into downward dog. I would have to turn and adjust my hands. There you go. There it is. Yes. All right. Give yourself a moment or two as we prep for the other side. To prep for the right foot stepping forward, I would start with the right hand position. I would turn my right hand fingertips outwards slightly. Let's see what we got. Inhale. Draw that right knee toward the armpit. So real pulling forward. Setting that right thigh on the right tricep. Start to receive that weight. Reach through that right leg. Settling hip to left elbow. So go as slowly, as patiently. Sometimes I have to start all over again and get a new hand position because the one I chose might not actually fit me. There you go. So I'll do it with you. So I never give up that push in scissors. I never kind of pancake out because I gotta get ready to press back. Inhale that right heel back toward the butt. And then exhaling, using those still activated pecs to press back. Yeah, so keeping those pecs turned on is kind of the move. Gently set your knees down. We'll have a seat here. We'll find a little bit of wrist relief. Let's do this a different way. Okay, let's lie back. So this is a wrist release move, but it's coming in the shape of what looks like a leg stretch. So I'm going to raise my right leg. It's kind of opening up the back of the leg as best as I can. I'm going to put my right palm on the back of my thigh and use the left hand to just hold it in place. So there's no grasping, it's just my right mitten hand and then my left mitten hand, just mitten hands. I'm going to push my thigh against my mitten hands. And so my left hand is actually pulling the hand bones on my right hand, and there's a bit of relief through the right wrist. So my leg pushes my hands. My left pulls my right. And even though my leg is pushing forward, I am drawing the leg in. Good. Hold for a little bit more so that you can, 1, breathe into the low back, and 2, be working the hands with the right shoulder, relaxing. Just notice if you're kind of shaking or clenching around in the right shoulder. This is for the right wrist relief. All right, we're going to release that side. Now, this wrist relief is for the left side. I'm going to pick up my left leg, put my left hand behind my thigh, and my right hand stacks atop it. So it looks like a leg stretch. It is, but I'm going primarily for my wrist. And it's very gentle. So as I push my left thigh into my hands, my right hand now pulls my left hand bones, relaxing in the left shoulder. or two deep breaths into the low back. Hopefully today, and in combination with the last couple of days, we got some things moving through the inner leg and the deep hip area. All right, we'll release for Shavasana. So please, just the act of helping the body move in the direction of non-doing is so psychologically beneficial, cellularly beneficial. Even if you can only work Shavasana for 1 minute or 2 minutes, even if you know you have somewhere to go, just the act of saying, hey body, let's go in this direction. Let's just go through the kind of the internal theater of setting that down, setting that down, setting that down, releasing that action, letting that technique go, releasing those efforts. There's such vital inner signals to send. We'll give this rest moment 4 more breaths. Releasing the leg limbs. Releasing the torso to the ground. Releasing the arm limbs. Releasing the neck and the head. And then whenever you are ready, we'll bend knees. We'll turn to a side. And press to whatever seated position delights you. All right, namaste. Glad you're here. Have a great week.